Yeah. You know the mind is a blessing. Words float like they can't rush perfection. Off a tote that can fight gripes, depressions. Launch a quote to life and start questing. Cruising at multiple altitudes, accumulations all accounted. See, there's something about it. I could fly brave at max highs to attract eyes. When I catch a vibe, every moment saved. Gotta own it. Even in turbulent moments, through the mist, never miss, I'm just earning it growing. Ain't concerned where they going, I'm in my own space, untelevised. Ascensions from lenses intensifies. Overplus cushy beds for the heads, feeling incredible. Heights beyond pedestals. The rain won't take long to participate. From this occasion, steam up and then precipitate. Take. Thunder that speaks way above the norm, that never saw coming, must be a quiet storm. But it's still clear we all here in the digital, where the sounds are invincible. And if you're paying visits to the space at your own convenience, please enjoy the scenic. The cadence is amazing, the orchestration's genius. Won't take long to incorporate and feel it. Great escapes made to consume. Shroom that boom to illume, can fill rooms from here to the moon. From a dream state to a real state, from a mind state, let that vibrate empathetically, telekinetically. Instead of genetics for academic intelligences, shining like solar rays in the sonar gaze, and coasting all the way.
I think I got so much time to fly so high.
Must be a quiet storm.
I think I got so much time to fly so high.
Must be a quiet storm. Must be a quiet storm. Must be a quiet storm. Storm. Must be a quiet storm.
Yes, Toronto. It is Friday night, and you know what time it is. It is time for The Prophecy here on CIUT 89.5 FM. I am your host, Valiant Emcee, and tonight we've got a whole platter of brand new music for you, as well as an interview with the man himself, Track TRAC, who is unleashing a new project right now on Rose Bay Music. We're going to play a bunch of tunes from that, and we are going to talk to him about it, as well as his experiences with Sun and Bass. We're going to take this time out to wish a happy birthday to our fearless leader, Mr. Brown. That is tomorrow. We've also got new music from Makoto and Emcee Conrad with the Golden Girl re-record, as well as our own Polaris. The new tune from myself, Conrad Subs and Diligent Fingers, which I have played before. However, the new official version, which is dropping as we speak, is a little bit different. So this is going to be the premiere for that one. And we also have new music from Sophie Mari and MC Astro. It's going to be a big night. The track underneath me is Iris and Pixis, and it is called Airs. That actually came out a couple years ago on Guidance. And the first track that you heard tonight was from Track and Lensman, the legend, and it's called Quiet Storm. That is part of that project that is dropping. It's entitled Airlines on Rose Bay Music. and we're going to play my brand new one with Conrad Subs and Dillinger Fingers right now. This one is called District, the vocal mix. It was originally called When the Dust Settles, but for this project, the instrumental was on Conrad Subs' album. And this is his remix EP. Selected some tunes from that EP and put out new versions, and that is out as we speak. So go grab that one, please. In the meantime, everybody, turn this up because this is The Prophecy.
I've even said her name. Not because I miss it, but because of the failure that I wear like a cloak. Sometimes I think I might choke. It's tied up in my neck, always pulling me down. Hidden from the world I live in, no ghost town, no sound. Head to Chinatown, taking some low main. Hand in hand with my demons in the slow rain. Self-loathing is the reason for my slow pain. I don't wear rose-colored glasses, they're blood-stained. Seeing red, I'ma risk it when I'm reaching in. They pull their hands away, sickened when I need a friend. Sick of myself, I sip from the well of regret, realizing that I slipped and I failed again.
When the dust settles, will you be there when I call you? Will you leave me here alone, still looking for you? Will you justify that bullet I took for you? Help me feel no more, help me feel no more pain. When the dust settles, will you be there when I call you? Will you leave me here alone, still looking for you? Will you justify that bullet I took for you? Help me feel no more, help me feel no more pain.
But what I want to know is, when the dust is all settled, where are you gonna be? Because I don't know if I'm gonna be here anymore. I just don't think I can do this.
Pages on the calendar flip. The moment strip away from the tap, take a sip. Soul slipping away, come with me, take a trip. The slow disintegration, now we abandon ship. A close examination of the wreckage reveals that the heart never heals unless the therapy's real. That's a two-way street, and I'm not sure I can deal. All these snakes are pretenders, I'm not sure they can feel. I got ready to face the tempest on my own, feeling the dread taking over deep inside my bones. I don't even feel like there's shelter inside my home. All this is mine alone, the sin is I've been moan. It's time to shake some dust and move on out. My heart is caked in rust and I'm all out of emotions that are necessary. No need to check in, cause I checked out already.
When the dust settles, will you be there when I call you? Will you leave me here alone, still looking for you? Will you justify that bullet I took for you? Help me feel no more, help me feel no more pain. When the dust settles, will you be there when I call you? Will you leave me here alone, still looking for you? Will you justify that bullet I took for you? Help me feel no more, help me feel no more pain.
All right, up next from our very own Polaris, we have a tune called All I Need, which is out now on Highland Recordings. This is the second release from Polaris's new label, and we're excited, so turn it up, people. Let's go. All right, here's another one selected from Airlines. This is Track and Submorphix. It's called Under Bright Lights. And this is The Prophecy.
That's right. Everybody, listen. Yeah. Everybody, let's get ready. Seems right tonight, yeah. On the streets, by the harbor, by the lake, it goes. Bright lights in the nightlife where the city gleams. I might spend nights on my city schemes, living in what used to be a silly dream. Now I just keep pushing forward by any means. Forthcoming, got the motor ripping off the rhythm, showing like I'm above rimming, and it's a given. Talk it, live it, like it, then love it like it's the finest. Awesome, when you get it, then you'll apply it. Electricity, lunch is doom, and sudden movement. Understand the enthusiasm, stepping on ones and twos, and all we know is the music. But at least we talk human, so we speak in the language they all comprehend and confide with. As we run through the night shift, tight as a vice grip, but nothing you should fight with. Watch as the flight clip streak it, then leave a light strip. Yeah, let's get it now. Come on. Put it now. Flowing through the bright lights in the nightlife where the city gleams. I spent my whole night in my city schemes, across the cityscapes forming where the city shake. They wonder how I take my time over a witty break. Follow the vibe, glide in the streams, and if you still don't get it, then you should act the scene. Forever fluid, it's esoteric and therapeutic, like we could never lose it until we gasoline. Under bright lights. In the nightlife.
This one coming in is Simple Souls and Sophie Mari. It's called Divine Passion. Prophecy time, people. Let's keep it going.
burning inside of you. Look inside and find the truth. Speak it out, express it from within you. That's what we're meant to do creatively. Do. Can you not see? The way you're living is making sure you're not free. Open up and let it be. You can be what you wanna be when you do it the way you do it, beautifully, naturally.
Here's another one from Simple Souls and Flotation and Emcee Astro. It's called Switch It Up.
I emerge from out of the space I've been creating. Self-care, staying positive, no delaying. Baseline formation, hold strong throughout the changes. I'ma stay away from cages, leave a catalog of pages. Handwritten, still spitting with the hunger to learn. Smooth it out, whatever happened was experience earned. It pays off when the work is done well. Reminded of the truth, I use the present to excel. I think there comes a time when everybody's gotta switch it up. Flip the script, do whatever is a must. Full of trust, stepping out with identity, focused on longevity. Beyond chemistry, I'm here to let it be. Pick it up and we throw it down, pave the way, show them how. Here we go again, the future starts right now. Hope for the best, provoking thought patterns and sunshine. Get back to how we do it on the move, feeling fine. We got the time now, what to do with it. Multiple grooves in it, we take it beyond limits. This is a way of life, another demonstration. Rock with a purpose to ignite the imagination. We got the time now, what to do with it. Multiple grooves in it, we take it beyond limits. This is a way of life, another demonstration. Rock with a purpose to ignite the imagination.
Switch it up, we gotta switch it up. We gotta switch it up, switch it up, switch it up. Switch it up, we gotta switch it up. We gotta switch it up. We gotta switch it up.
Take off to my other zone, faking we can get along. Switch it up and never stop. Some don't wanna see you rock. Push it, ain't no turning back. Hustle, yeah, we killing that. Real, we put it in your face. Life gotta change the pace. Surfing when I ride a wave. And we seen a lot of days. Ready for the future now. Blowing out a super cloud. D&B, we rocking it. Paratroop, we dropping in. Bass, we keep it rocking. These jungleists are locked in. Reppin' for the illest style. Out here, we been running wild. Life changed, I found a rave. Drumming bass of purple haze. It's underground and super deep. Mobbing got the crew with me. Stepping out, use your feet. Simple soul, sound unique. Gun finger busting it. Tune drop, throw a fit. All came to switch the vibe. Turn it up inside the ride. New heads feel the sound. Nod your head to the bounce. Reppin' for the underground. Simple souls is going down.
what to do with it. Multiple grooves in it, we take it beyond limits. This is a way of life, another demonstration. Rock with a purpose to ignite the imagination. We got the time now, what to do with it. Multiple grooves in it, we take it beyond limits. This is a way of life, another demonstration. Rock with a purpose to ignite the imagination.
Alright, this is Track and Submorphics from the Airlines project. It's called No Doubts. I think you'll like this one, everybody. This is The Prophecy. Let's keep it going to the midnight hour.
To this, they pay homage, get praised and made honest. The ways that came sonic and pain that made profit in ways that came ironic and chased away toxic, raised aware conscious. Saying your lane, the fame then became promise. The conquest, the conquers, without an accomplice. Or there's doubters and there's dodgers, knock them out of them boxes like oxes on this passion. In your own fashion, value going up in due time, about to cash in. Bounce the troubles away now. Yeah. Bounce the troubles away. Like not today. Check this out. Cream plus the robins, they basking. Enjoying your time, you come up, let's make it lasting. Back on your grass, back on your busy though. With your city stroll, with no pity though. Used to be pissy po, difficult. Now picky, sipping on your prissy flow. Picky for no reason, just to be it. Don't forget your peoples. That change that you spark could make peaks grimace. And you just escaped out the dark. No need for revisits. Yeah. 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 Just bounce. Just bounce. Just bounce. You know. Just bounce away. 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 Bounce away. Bounce away. Bounce away. Bounce away. Bounce away. Bounce away.
This one is the B-side to the new release from Polaris. This one is entitled Absolute, so listen close because this one is a journey. right, this is one that some of you might have been waiting for. This is the re-recorded version of the classic Golden Girl from Emcee, Conrad, and Makoto. Enjoy, everybody. This is The Prophecy.
Feel
All right, this is an older one. This is Cyberposics, myself, along with Track. It is called Never Too Late, and it is remixed by Winslow out on Focus Recordings back in, I believe, 2021. So enjoy, everybody.
Eyes open, I'm walking the path. Outspoken, I talk unabashed. Listen to the face, good as my epitaph. My words will make my legacy last. Eyes open, I'm walking the path. Outspoken, I talk unabashed. Listen to the face, good as my epitaph. My words will make my legacy last. Try to stay on track, navigating my fate, watching what I thought was my destiny abdicate. Manifesting the outcome desired. Now comes the fire, then out come the buyers. But making paper is never the sole intention. My creation reflected my soul's intent. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Beauty only matters when the sky's on our shoulders. Light through the clouds, sun shining down. Each and every one of us in the fight is not the final round. When we finally come around, the fruits of our labor will be born by the hands of the common ground. It's the sound of my victory. I see in my periphery the people joining my vibration. The celebration, the potential fulfilled, to eventually filled, essentially willed into reality. It's never too late. It's never too late. Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. It's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late. Never, never. Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Keep it moving. It's never too late. 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 Too late.
Staying valiant in this world where it's known to shock, confined in diamonds and pearls and stones and rocks. Took a while for a break to create this existence, so I guess I can wait on some takes of my missions, just as long as I move. And all the horrors we gon' get, download it or stream it or whatever is convenient. Lasers to plastics, screws to needles, spoons to speakers, then repeat it like you need it. Left and undefeated while winners become a phoenix, flying over the scenic. Do you see it? It's only numb to crumbs who say they never feel it. But when it's done, very mass appealing. On the mass agreement, giving my past a meaning. While the grass is greening, it's a lasting ruling that goes past the evening. Through the crash of dreaming, yeah. It's never too late. It's never too late.
All right, this one coming in is London Electricity along with Conrad Subs and Genesis Elijah, called All on Top.
prices from the get, dude. Gotta choose between electric or petrol. Gotta choose between breakfast or pet food. Yeah, man, I swear it don't stop. My dreams wake me up every time I doze off. Still vex on my alarm every time it goes off. If every day on earth's a win, why am I feeling so lost? Oh gosh, oh damn. Look mum, no plans. Trying to get a grip but it slips through both hands. This grind don't come for free, I'm on the grind though, man. Life's all cushy cause I raked a bit of paper in. But I'm raging, my patience is paper thin. Tried to break through with the music, didn't break a thing. They tell me break a leg, I break a sweat on stage, killing it, flabbergasted, I ain't made it yet. They say you ain't made enough if it ain't changed you yet. I've been making it since the baby blue Averett. I swear I won't quit. I know it's on top, but one day I'll get over it. And if I can't get over it, then I'll learn to cope with it. They say you gotta go with the flow, so let's go with it. And that's all I've been doing, pure heart, I showed them it. Always did my best, even if no one noticed it. Pen the dopest lyrics when I'm over with the coldest sets. When it's said and over, tell them bro I did it, no regrets. No regrets. No regrets.
Here's another one from me inside Proposix. This one, along with Josiah Scribes, is called Sepia, the Echo Brown remix. Turn it up, everybody, and let's keep this moving.
Those days long gone, but my love shine through. Lifting me as I travel, as my whole life proves. Reflection in my path, you don't even have to ask. If it ever comes to pass, I'ma push this pen true. Those days long gone, but my love shine through. Travel as my whole life proves. Reflection in my path, you don't even have to ask. If it never comes to pass, I'ma push this pen true. Never had a lot of money, but we never went without. Bicycles came out choosing hand-me-downs. Sound design stereo with the wood grain. Fisher Price record player, I was all about it. We roller skated in the basement when it rained. TV tag and saltines, yeah, those were our games. Black and white TV antenna with the foil, riding our bikes around the block, filling up our days. I discovered punk rock when I heard the Clash. Watching headbangers ball, triple TV raps. At school, drawing pictures, playing hacky sack. Marching band, drum line, yeah, we were at the back. Mighty taco after hardcore shows. We go a night sledding after hardcore snows. Sepia memories, they seem so far
rather tough men do. Days of future past, do it right like tattoo. Got my present in my grasp, ain't even gonna ask if I'm up to the task. What's this pen true? Tough times never last, but rather tough men do. Days of future past, do it right like tattoo. Got my present in my grasp, ain't even gonna ask if I'm up to the task. What's this pen true? Petty candy memories sitting on the stoop. 12-block radius, that was the farthest we could true. Way before rocking them aiming breaks up on the loop. I shoveled out my neighbors to acquire extra loot. WSBK, watching the Celtics play. I was a bigger ball controlling court and get to stay. With my 2, game to 11, ended with a tray. Street lights coming on signal the end of the day. Spent time in the street, perfecting my kick flip. Trying to make that trick stick. Cops rolling that dip quick, never had my lips slip. Only love for the brave. Kid, I know how it went down and I'ma take it to the grave. Champion hoods, hitting frames with stock caps. Deep brown pumps, started coats and socks hats. Trauma was inevitable, no way to stop that. My past made my present, the future can't block that.
Those days long gone, but my love shines through. Lifting me as I travel, as my whole life proves. Reflection in my past, you don't even have to ask. If it ever comes to pass, I'ma push this pen true.
Tough times never last, but rather tough men do. Days of future past, do it right like tattoo. Got my present in my grasp, we ain't even gotta ask if I'm up to the task. What's this pen true?
Those days long gone, but my love shines through. Lifting me as I travel, as my whole life proves. Reflection in my past, you don't even have to ask. If it ever comes to pass, I'ma push this pen true.
Tough times never last, but rather tough men do. Days of future past, do it right like tattoo. Got my present in my grasp, we ain't even gotta ask if I'm up to the task. What's this pen true?
Push this pen true, pen true, pen true.
I push this pen true, pen true, pen true.
Push this pen true, pen true, pen true.
I push this pen true, pen true, pen true.
Push this pen true, pen true, pen true.
I push this pen true, pen true, pen true.
Push this pen true, pen true, pen true.
I push this pen true, pen true.
Proudly student and listener supported community radio. CIUT 89.5 FM, the sound of your city.
Toujours unique, toujours éclectique, toujours coloré. Surfez sur les ondes avec CIUT.FM, le son de votre ville. La collecte de fonds d'automne est en cours. Rendez-vous en ligne sur CIUT.FM pour faire un don. Nous vous remercions pour votre soutien.
Yo, this is Winslow, and you're listening to Valiant Emcee on The Prophecy, CIUT 89.5 FM.
Yo, this is David Boomer, and right now you're listening to the Valiant Emcee on The Prophecy, CIUT 89.5 FM.
Hi, this is John B, and you're listening to the Valiant Emcee on The Prophecy, CIUT 89.5 FM.
All right, this one is from Track and Submorphix. It is called Lomo, and it is taken from the Airlines project. This is the Winslow remix. This is a funky one.
Issues, grip for problems, grip conditions, flipped into a pit for winners, did the knowledge, it's a challenge, living in the game, running with the wildest skills and talents, educated games, putting different colors, drafted up, crafted in a fantastical tactic, strategized, magnified it until all my matters matter. If I ever gave a panic, try my best to never show it, even when my soul bleed, though that part will never cease. Never ran, never will in this town full of drills. Learn tools and kept jewels, bro. that, but back to it. Powered by solar to give the sonar. Driven more with soul bars. Thoughts don't leave silver, so sauce. It reaches over across. To beseeching a speech that speaks cause. Going out to each and all. For each flex you see, this season vet. Now let's talking bold and brass. Like I came out of Hollis gazelles. Black leather, I swag clever, whatever. It's 20 something, they still can't get it together while I crossing like Kyrie or IV. Scores rocking hard on the live feed with sirens. Half the time or double to get the public lit. I guess I'm in the league of my own, steady running it.
This is one for myself and track along with Toronto's own Ritual. This is the rough mix of This Is What I Live For. It is unreleased. Not exactly sure when it's coming out or where, but you guys will be the first to know. This is The Prophecy.
The people will find reason. Yeah. This is what I come on. Valiant. Right. This is what C-R-A-C. This is what yeah. This is what I live for. Yeah. This is what I live for the love of family, of course for friends. Materialize my wins without the vanity. Start trends that lift people out they lows. Show them a good direction just to see how it goes. And for the children, because it's so fulfilling. Show them what a good life is worth. Keep composure through your gripes and the light you search. Travel around the world and see all types of earths. Yeah, for the music, cause the music is the soul and the focus. The truth is in the flow when they notice. They root for you like, yo, truth is you always had it. Took in your horrors and panic, then turn it to magic. And give love to my little girl, of course. Become a bridge she could cross without force. Of course, amounts of the winds on that route. I begin killing doubt from within. Through the outs and the ins, yeah. To get above stress and live hassle free. This is what I live for. For the better that I need to see, escaping past tragedies. This is what I'm here for. Bring rise of the ultra, positive vibe culture. This is what I live for. All the things I believe in, do it until I'm leaving.
This is what I live for.
Yeah, to do my best in the world that needs it, yeah. This is what I live for. Pick my friends up, relieve them from the stress and grieving. This is what I live for. To success I be reaching, because I kinda need it, right? This is what I live for. All the things I believe in, do it until I'm leaving.
This is what I live for. 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 too bold to continue with this roleplay. Out here I'm pretending and I got imposter syndrome. Got a dream that I've intended to, but I just got another C. And that's the beauty of the unchained mind. Saturated in PMA, the untrained eye says that I'm delusional, but I'm unfazed while I continue tenacious. I won't give up, says I, come on. Fight my inner darkness when I count my blessings. Light my inner spark, yeah, when I let my art sing. Life is bittersweet, so I'm seeking out many flavors. Line them up, drink them down with no chaser, yeah. I can never slip back into the old days. Obsolete modus operandi the old ways. Build my legacy by getting out of my own way. I'm never gonna let my demons dance on my own grave, hey. Elevate the art above the superficial.
This is what I
pushing on the music to line up with my vision.
This is what
yeah. Linking with my brothers and sisters when I'm working.
This is what
come on, fellowship's a gift. I'm loving what I'm learning. This is loving what I'm learning. Connect to the bedrock that underlies the culture.
This is what
that's right. Molding up the sound, it's a different kind of sculpture.
This is what
it's different. Valiant, Emcee, I race you with the lessons.
This is what
teaching you. The rituals, creation, the legend in the making. This is what it's a legend. Yeah. Yeah, this is what we live for. This is what we're here for.
This one coming in is Track and Submorphics, and this one is entitled Travels, and that is exactly what we're doing tonight here on The Prophecy.
Travels. 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 Travels for endeavors, unraveling whatever's. Planes knitted up in sweaters. Travels. At the speed of sound, where you're flying your sky or keep on better ground. Travels. It be good for the soul, good for the mind, all caught up in the chimes. Travels. And I could be your travel guide. Exclamation on destination, something sublime. Travel guide. Hold up a second. Let me correct that. I could be your soundtrack, filling environments with things that's inspiring. Whether above the clouds and out the box, or peeping through some road views, trees and mountaintops. Doesn't matter where you're bound, even if your solo company's always around. Could find love in the strangest place, amongst the strangest face. Sometimes a danger chase. But you know your energy, and if you're positive, you ain't gotta pretend to be. God's green earth is full of scene gazers, from hot desert sands to icy clean glaciers, from lakes to oceans to islands in between them. Only a good book that cooks gives this type of meaning. Only good music could inspire this, the way you're moving, driven, all applied to this way you're living. So introverted thoughts travel through the mind. If I'm ever out of space, I'm out of space. Submerged, submorphed, so where the found was lost amongst the common kings and queens, steady crowning off. From times aesthetic, energetic, the efforts where everything is epic. Yeah, I asked my man how does traveling in the world sounds. Found it hard to believe. Found it hard to believe. found it hard to believe. You found it hard to believe.
This is Cyberposix and myself, along with Flo Anastasia. This is Jasmine, the original mix from 2020. Followed by Track and Stike. It is the first tune from Airlines. It is called Slow Dance. And after that, we've got the interview with Track. And we're going to follow that up with Track and Submorphix, the original mix of Lomo. And everybody, I am Valiant Emcee, bidding you a good night. But please do not turn this off, because the night is going to keep on going until midnight, and you're going to want to listen to that interview with Track. Have a good one, everybody. Until next time.
Every time the winter comes again, holding on to memories of pain, and when the jasmine starts to bloom, I can't help but keep on dreaming of you. Every time the winter comes again, holding on to memories of pain. When the jasmine starts to bloom, I can't help but keep on dreaming of you.
Steady, blowing, storefront moving through, mist already showing. Now I can smell the blossoms moving through the air, while the crashing of the surface is soothing, kind of rolling. I think it says your name, at least I wanted to. Somewhere is synonymous with memories of how we used to walk side by side, letting our hands linger, holding on to each other, linked together by your pinky finger. We used to laugh so hard, the stakes were lower then. Taking on the world with your head on my shoulder then. I feel older when I realize how naive the shit we used to think, man, I just can't believe it. Time took its toll on us, wounded. The scar tissue, it grows in us. But I'ma wait around as either coming winter through until the jazz blooms once again for me and you, hey.
Every time the winter comes again, holding on to memories of pain. When the jasmine starts to bloom, I can't help but keep on dreaming of you. Every time the winter comes again, holding on to memories of pain. When the jasmine starts to bloom, I can't help but keep on dreaming of you.
The winter brings death. The earth is a cold, hard place while we rest up. Entombed in cocoons we make the best of. Shelter from the salty streets, but I'm messed up. Trying just to grapple with the ghosts of regret. Memories distorted like they're saved on cassette. Trying to avoid all the pain that begets, but I'm simply overwhelmed by the rage that besets me. I try to see it through the only eyes that matter. I try to be the one ignoring all the chatter. You always saw through me when I was acting. I never did well when I pretended. The next chapter, I wanna read it, but it's yet to be written. Got my quill in my hand, now get me out of this prison. I'll always be waiting for you, forever spent to read the next page, cause it's my turn to listen.
Every time the winter comes again, holding on to memories of pain. When the jasmine starts to bloom, I can't help but keep on dreaming of you.
is a love song from beginning to end. Alright. 1, 2, okay. My time won't go in vain. Too stuck in on my way. You can't go a day without. Not without a day. Slow dance my way about. Slow dance. Might have to play this out. Would like to slow dance a while. Slow dance. Till time is up, let's move. I'd like to slow dance. I really new to love. I used to run to shops trying to cop something that's youthful from us. Swoops around the block, dodging slow walking pedestrians. I'm trying to tell you, might topple through if they don't get to stepping. What I'm stressing, miss something so bubbly in every dress and every session. It's something so special could make a drift off a rip. Yes, step inside the store to buy the store. My eyes are so perplexed, looking at curves too absurd to call it just a swerve complex. Maybe tell about my exceptions, that could chase her away. Maybe tell about my times and lessons, that could be okay. And just be myself along the way. The flow mansion even started, but I act like it's a date. My time won't go in vain. Too stuck in all my ways. Can't go a day without. Slow dance my way about. Might have to play this out. Would like to slow dance a while. Till time is up, let's move. I'd like to slow dance. We had so much fun, made lots of memories, positive energies. Show me how to script it, every feeling to the finish. Tested limits, made it limitless. Chase me out of my timidness. I never ever timber in my Timberlands. Stomping through missions and I ain't missing them. A life full of reason and meaning, nothing demeaning. And I'm seeing what I'm seeing, fleeing gripes and the doubts and the downs. I took them out. Every path I took felt like a righteous route. Listen to me, I gave my life to you without a ring on you. For what was ringing, had people singing in street corners, stripper spots, liquor stores, and supermarkets. See me through it all underneath the spot if I'm doing my part. Said I'm a great kisser that made me kiss the sky. Call me a good lover, heart full of emojis, they fly. Paralyzed by the highs and how I care for mine. And even on drum and bass was airing lines. You know the pleasure's all. Wait a sec, took a look over my shoulder to make sure this tune ain't over. So let me pull you close to the waist so you can lead the way. Needle to the record, speakers won't reject it. Keep the vibe protected, then let the music play. Let the music play.
So, tell me about how Sun Bass was this year, man.
Man, it was obviously, that was enough for me to have more pep in my step. The live set was amazing with Czar. Me and Czar went in, really, really well received. Then I went in with, always wins that right there.
The Winter Music Conference.
To Martina, who's one of the organizers for Sun and Bass, and I told her, I don't want to call Czar an understudy, probably more like a protege, which is kind of the same thing still. I think he's still like years ahead of his time. And, when we did this whole thing here, he's a great listener. He takes attention to things and he even speaks his mind freely when he might have a little bit of a disagreement and stuff. And you kind of like to see that. So this whole Soul Marauders thing that we did, this Soul Marauders EP, it was literally both of our styles really mashed in and meshed in together. Obviously, your boy Track led the way. With the narrations and navigations. But I couldn't be happier to know that our process was not something that was like, something ugly or we, I guess we ain't doing this record. It wasn't none of that stuff going on. It was just vibes, straight up. And Sun and Bass, when they heard it, they said this is exactly what we're looking for. And lo and behold, here we are. We had Soul Marauder t-shirts at the event this year, and they sold out right away. So
nice.
And then we did the whole Soul Marauders EP, and the response was something to watch. And yeah, man, I'm really, really proud of that. So big ups to Sun and Bass. And big ups to Czar. Yeah, as he keeps on his ascensions, man. I'm really happy for that EP.
Now, when you said that you did the whole Soul Marauders EP live, were Colette Warren and Luke Truth there to join you guys?
No Luke Truth and no
Okay.
Colette Warren. It should have been Colette, but it sounds like some miscommunication happened. And I remember we were on the set going, Colette, where are you? Colette Warren, come to the stage. And then I see Colette later, like, did somebody give? No, they didn't tell. And I was like, what do you mean they didn't tell you? And she looked at me, I was like, oh no. I said, this is some bullshit. So, I'm
too many cocktails being imbibed.
Yeah, I feel like, you know how it is. Sometimes people, they don't necessarily speak direct. They just figure, we doing it and you're going to show up. And sometimes it don't work like that, right? So let me just say this about Colette. That girl is my sister, right? She's pretty much down for whatever when it comes to this music stuff. She understands the vibe really well. So I can understand if she was a little bit upset that she wasn't there because, I could see her doing it. We could be doing Like a Genie. And I'm sure it would have been crazy to be done too, right? So it's a missed opportunity, but we're all grown. So I'm sure there'll be more opportunities somewhere down the line.
Now, how many collaborations with Colette have you done now? Is it 2, 3?
I think it's 3 now.
Wow. Okay.
It's the first one is on Intrigue. Second one is on V. Go back, back to where.
Oh yeah.
And now this Like a Genie business right here, which she, man, I love when chemistry just becomes what it is. So I was really happy for that, and performing it live without her. I like to see all kinds of people just smiling and taking in the vibe. So yeah.
What's interesting about this EP, besides being available on Bandcamp and streaming, you can actually listen to the album via Sun and Bass's podcast feed.
Yep.
Which is interesting. Black Star released their second very long-awaited album strictly through Luminary for like the first year. So basically, you had to subscribe to a podcast app in order to listen to that album. You can listen to the tracks via their podcast feeds, but the problem is it's via a free podcast listening app, whichever one you choose, Spotify or Apple. Did Sun and Bass ever say anything to you guys about that in terms of how that could affect, say, your listenership? I don't expect that it would really impact it too much, but at the same time, it's one of those things where I don't know how you would tabulate that in terms of royalties and blah, blah, blah. So was there any discussion about that going forward?
I think that was a bit of a deep question, maybe. I don't have an answer to that, to be honest. Because remember, Sound and Bass does have a podcast, right? And that could be probably included into the podcast. When it's time for us to look at the tabulations, I guess we'll see what the results are. And from what it feels like, I think this EP has done really well in terms of whatever they were expecting from it. So, the talks have been really nice, and the excitement about the EP has been really good.
You got a pretty noteworthy project coming out on Submorphic's label, Rose Bay. Tell us all about that. I've taken several listens to it now. It's great. I think, in my opinion, I think more people need to know about this because it's kind of one of those projects that sort of perfectly sums up who Track is as an artist. But tell us all about it, please.
Yeah, shouts to Rose Bay. Me and Submorphics, obviously, we already, people see us as a great tandem. And we just wanted to sort of work together. And it goes a little deeper, too. Initially, I was trying to see if I could land something on the North Quarter. It didn't seem to work out. So it was actually Lensman's idea to be like, hey, why don't you guys do a project for Rose Bay? And we'll try to get involved and stuff. So, me and Submorphics wanted to do some stuff. And I'll be honest, it probably happened quicker than we expected. But everything that we gotten was something that was really good and driving and a bit off the loop, right? It's not a whole drum and bass album or anything like that. So I was just a little bit more. It just felt good to have it the way it is. You know what I mean? Everything just felt good. Samorphix does his thing. Stike does his thing. Lensman does his thing, and Winslow has the most amazing remix on the record. So, it's called Airlines because it's just really just about expression, and I thought it was a really catchy thing since musicians are always traveling, and there's always emotional runs going through us. So, it's more just about expressions, travels through expressions. So.
Now, the first track, Slow Dance, features Stike on production. Have you worked with him before? Have you met him, talked to him, anything like that?
To be honest, it's been really light with Stike. We actually caught up after the idea because, as you know, on Slow Dance, I'm doing some singing ideas. And it may have not been necessarily understood, but Stike was Stike was like, hey, I like this. Let me just keep on this. Let me work on this. And we went back in on it. It made everything work. You know what I mean? So, to be honest, I'm stubborn sometimes. I'm not changing nothing. But that was a really good record. And it's my quiet, slow dance is the best way to say it.
Okay.
To music.
The second track, Lomo with Smorphix. This little body of work feels like a very natural, organic fit for you as an artist because obviously you are multifaceted in terms of hip-hop and drum and bass. Kind of ties everything together. You're working with someone who's a close friend. You're working with a label that is allowing you a lot of creative freedom, and it's kind of like a perfect storm scenario for you. So it's kind of perfect that is the tune also that gets the remix treatment from Winslow. Did you have Winslow in mind from the beginning, or how did that come about?
Yeah, that was absolutely a talk between me and Samorphix about, what could we do? And he was really willing to try to get Winslow on the project. I think Winslow is one of the most highly sought after producers right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, to get Winslow to do a project for you is a big thing, and I guess in the spaces that we like, right? So when that happened and we heard it, and I was like, oh, he did all of this. And I really like that remix as well. I like the original too. The original still has the pop. That's a Samorphix production on there. So I think we hit it. We hit that one on the nail as far as getting Winslow involved.
Yeah, Samorphix, you can't sleep on him when it comes to the hip hop production, man. He's a fan. He's an incredible drum and bass producer. Don't get me wrong, but he's great at hip hop too. And I think honestly, it is hard to find people who are equally adept at both. And then Quiet Storm with Lensman. Now that's already been released as one of the teaser singles. How did that come about? Have you been planning this for a while with Lensman? Like, give me the background. And a lot of people, I ask this because a lot of people are always interested in anything Lensman related. So,
well, again, like I said before, I think all of us are like chopping at the bits simply because we all really want to work together, but timing wasn't of the essence for us. So, the song was initially made for someone else, and that person had to pull out. It was a great opportunity to get Lensman involved, and when Lensman got involved, I sort of we just kind of redid the song itself, and he laced it. All I can tell you is that he laced it, you know what I mean? And I feel like every time I say, yo, Lensman, let's do something, he just catches it right away. And it's a bit I feel like we were a little spoiled to have him on the project, to be honest. And I'm really, really happy that this is happening with him on here. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think anything involved Lensman, man, you were always blessed, right? It's no secret Lensman has gone through his health struggles in recent times. He finally actually posted about that. And obviously, we're all getting older. We are seeing drum and bass going through not only successive generations, but we're also losing people. And we've had like a number of notable drum and bass deaths over the past few years, and near deaths. GQ had a really bad struggle with COVID during the whole pandemic situation. We lost Al Pack, who, a lot of people might not think of him as being one of like the drum and bass greats, but you and I know that he is in fact very much in a league of his own, and his loss was like a big loss for drum and bass, and there's been so many other people that we've lost. So how has this, especially in the last 5 years, especially since the pandemic, especially seeing people like, we're losing people, how has this kind of shaped how you are thinking of the future, not only as an artist, but just as a person?
Oh, man. I mean, I don't necessarily think on it. I just feel like we all just gotta keep living, right? For as long as we're here, there's no telling when it's going to happen. Anything can happen at any given moment. For instance, me on the plane, watching the plane sway through the turbulence before it landed was enough to make me think about life. You know what I mean? So, for me, just all I have for people right now is strength and love and energy. Anything I can do from the outside to help people feel better about themselves, I will definitely do. And I felt like at Sun and Bass, that was something that was achieved in so many ways. You know what I mean? So,
right.
I think once it's like you pick yourself up, you build yourself up, and then after you build yourself up and you got your confidence together, you have to get over yourself. It's really weird, that whole cycle of sorts. It's not saying that you're supposed to lower your standard. It's just, I guess it's a bit of a humbleness, it's a bit of something that's bigger than you, and once you understand it, you just flow in and let things be what it is, no matter what your circumstances are. Because I think we're all here for our own personal reasons and goals and stuff like that. Sometimes we don't know what the reasons are or the goals are, but we are playing a part in someone's life or in some type of communal situation. So yeah, that's how I take it at the very least.
It's funny, we tend to think of like, you make music, you make art, and as a result, you're forever. Like, your legacy is cemented there for people to see after you're gone, blah, blah, blah. Goldie released, his first album, called it Timeless, because he felt like the music was the music of the future. The idea of being timeless means that if there's no fixed time, that it could, feasibly be eternal. But when we look back at a lot of the musical greats that have come before us, it's amazing how quickly successive generations lose sight of their musical foundations, of their musical history. Eventually we all kind of fade into the obscurity of memory. And then I rewatched that movie, Don't Look Up, recently on Netflix. And, it deals with like the end of the world. And I was totally stricken by the image at the very end where, the giant asteroid did in fact hit the Earth and did in fact end civilization. And all of like humanity's stuff was just like floating in space. And I was like, wow, man, like, what is all this for? This is a simultaneously deep yet potentially shallow question, because it's one of those things where a lot of times as creators, we don't always know why we create. But I'm going to ask you, as a creator, Is there something that drives your creativity? And how do you see that in terms of like the bigger picture, like you mentioned, bigger than us, beyond ourselves? Where do you think the drive to create comes from for you? And what is it that feels fulfilling to you?
That's a good question. I think there isn't a one answer to that question either. I think it's just where are at, what's going on with you, what is relating to you, and how are you projecting. Most of us, I want to say for the most part, most artists I'm talking about, we project our dreams very well. Like, we project ideas of where we want to be, or places we would like to know, or how can we help this person or that person. Like, though, that's a very quiet super talent that we don't understand, or have yet to understand the value of it. As far as myself, I'll write out of fear. Life Emotion was made out of fear. You know what I mean? I'll write out of strength. I'll write out of happiness. I'll write out of love, and I also will write out of like breakups or whatever the situation is. If somebody did me wrong, I'm going to write about it. If somebody did me great, I want to write about it. If I got nothing else in this world to say, I'm going to write about it. I think that's the cycle in most artists, because I'll look up at the sky and stars, and then a song like Glimmer of Light is made. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of where you are personally. I don't necessarily like to have an idle mind per se, and I think that's what music does. It keeps my mind busy enough to keep creating and keep focusing and keep pushing myself into a certain space or a certain conduit where I create something that helps me internally. You know what I mean? So it's crazy how I think like we all would love to know the answer to life, but we really don't need to know it. And I feel like even if we came close to knowing it, we won't ever really understand it anyway. So it's shit is out here just bigger than us more than we're just a speck of dust. Did I say that in the rhyme? We're just specks of dust. The most I could say is you could surf the universe as hard as you like, or you could just go ahead and live life, man. Just don't hurt anybody. That's about it.
I think a lot of people they struggle because they're not comfortable being comfortable with the unknown. So many people are always on a spiritual or religious search, or they have their notions about maybe the opposite, whatever. But I think a lot of people could learn from that kind of mentality, just being comfortable with not knowing what all the meaning is, because
we never really find out much anyway. And
right,
if most of these guys, even if they claim to have the answer, they find out they don't have the answer. And it's just bigger than whatever we know, and life is going to keep life in after we're gone. Billions of years. The Earth is going to be spinning for as long as it can until it crashes into Andromeda. And when it crashes into Andromeda, you know what's going to happen? A whole new birth of a civilization, or a form of a new galaxy, or maybe shit just destroys itself and it still turns into something else. The dust helps create a whole new Big Bang thing, or whatever have you. It's just a cycle, man. And what we try to claim is only relevant to us.
It sounds like I'm shifting gears, but I'm not. But, people say all the time, like, is the real person Batman and the alter ego Bruce Wayne, or is the real person Bruce Wayne and his alter ego Batman? For me personally, I feel like my artist persona is my alter ego. I feel like it's an extension of my real self. But some people feel like, their artistic presence is their real self. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like Track is the real person, or do you feel like Terrence is the real person?
Whatever. I don't know for everybody. I can't speak for everybody, but I want to say like people who have someone they look up to in life. You know what I'm saying? That person sort of becomes part of your life and your inspiration towards whatever it is you're moving towards. And that's, I thought about my irony and how much my father meant a lot to me coming up. And he used to be a track star. And my name is, coincidence with that, my name is Track in so many ways. But even beyond that, my character, my confidence when I'm on the mic, and, even my emotional bits are a bit fatherly related and motherly related more than anything else. But at the end of the day, like, it's literally what you do with that. Like, let's not even say music. Maybe you want to be a firefighter. You know what I mean? Maybe your father was a firefighter, or something, or your mom's worked, or maybe they both tried and they weren't able to make it, and now you want to honor them in some form or whatever it is. We all have these influences from somewhere, or somebody, a big mentor in your life who shaped the way you look at things now, or saved you from whatever the despair was. Once we get a taste of positivity, it starts the road to whatever your goals become, to whatever your goals are. And because there's a lot of people, I was just telling this young upcoming singer about she just needs to have a plan, and how everything she wants, she can get it right now. But you want to have a plan by the time you get it. So, it's that kind of ride out here. It's we're older now, so it's like, yeah, we have a deeper Yoda type mindset towards things. And now that I'm there, I can speak it from a different level, So,
what's on the horizon for you in the short term? Like, we got anything new coming up that you're excited about, that you're willing to give us a clue about, or are you just going to focus on promoting this for a bit?
I can tell you that Tracktober is going to be nice once again this year. And there's a couple things that I'm trying to do. I just need the approvals. But Tracktober is going to happen whether anybody likes it or not. And I just want to make sure. I think I've planned this out properly. And I'm really, really, really excited for some of the stuff. So I kind of want to leave it as a surprise for now. It's not a huge surprise. But yeah, there's 2 more releases. One is an EP, one is a single, and some other things along the way with those things. So,
what can we expect from you in the long term? Because, you and I are entering those later years in our life, kind of. We've been around a long time, right? And not that we're going anywhere, but there's some things that I think that, I think all artists would say the same thing, that we want to do. So is there anything that's kind of on your bucket list that you haven't hit yet? Because you are one of the most accomplished MCs in drum and bass music history, period. You have more releases than almost any other MC out there, except for a few, on multiple labels, multiple artists, including with some hip-hop legends. So is there anything that you feel like you need to make sure you get done before you wrap it all up?
I'm laughing inside because I'm like, I'm still fighting for things, I'm still trying to get to certain places and spaces. And yeah, even I will tell you that I'll see, when I look up, I'll see forms and glimmers of situations of me, and I'll go, wow, you really have done a lot with yourself on this whole music ride, right? So, artists never really stop. I am, slow dance is quietly about slowing the record down, and maybe, until the record ends, you know what I mean? So it's just my quiet ode of maybe just like chilling back and figuring what is the next step. But I know that radio is highly in my mind, and a few other things, mentoring and helping out people. And right now, it's so hot for me recording-wise that I've just been just following the streak. And again, 2026 is going to be a huge surprise of a project and a few other things. And, I am ready to tour the world 3 times, so.
I know. I need that tour T-shirt though. I need that Track Live tour T-shirt live in Japan.
That's a good idea too. For real.
Make it like those old. Make it like those old like metal and rock tour T-shirts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I'm on it. I think what? I think it's a good idea, guys, for sure.
I like
that. But I think that's going to be something that's a bit of, I think that's where the finish line really is the touring for me. So we'll see what happens in the future, because there is a little bit of curiosity, but we'll see how, there's a lot of people who are looking in, and I just feel like once you strike the match and the fire starts, it's just going to start and go and go and go.
You ever see yourself actually slowing down and kind of wrapping it up, or are you just going to be like Roy Ayers and you're just going to be doing it until you're gone?
I think a real artist doesn't stop, man. There is no such thing as stopping. Even if you happen to not be as, stable or whatever, an artist will wake up in the morning, an idea will come to their head, and they got to get it out somehow. So that is me. Secondly, I hope that I'm, for me right now, that I am such an inspiration for the youth, especially my little girl and things like that. I think there's always a reason for you to be around. I was watching my homeboy talk to his daughter about all this music stuff, and I got really inspired to see how much, call to action he was in trying to help his daughter get to places. And that's just, this is the wheel turning. This is the cycle, I don't think stopping is healthy. I mean, I'll tell you what, if I stop, then I must have a whole carousel of music on some jukebox somewhere, where I'm just playing every record after the other. It is a lot of records, and it's been fun, man. I can't complain, man. It's been really fun. So, but I got a few more spaces and places to get with this stuff. So yeah.
All right, before I let you go, let's take it back to Sun and Bass real quick. Now, you've been going to Sun and Bass for years. You've obviously performed a bunch, but you've also seen a bunch of sets from people who we consider legends, people who legends at all. Off the top of your head, 3 sets that you have seen over the years at Sun and Bass in which you were not a performer, you were just a spectator. 3 sets that stand out in your mind for whatever reason.
Zinc, Marky, and...
All right, hold up. Wait. Well, let's backtrack. Zinc when?
I can't remember the year, and in irony, it was Marky who brought him out for his kid. Okay. And then there was a year or two last year, Marky played with ZQ, and it was stadium loud at the end of that set. It was the loudest I've ever seen Sun and Bass. It was loud. It was unbelievably. I did say to myself, this has got to be one of the best sets ever played here. And Zinc was a bit of an inspiration and awe of what he was doing with 4 decks and how clean he was and how real it was. It was something that I didn't really expect, and that's just me speaking out personally, that I really, really, really like that set. The third one, I want to give it to Fabio and Groove Rider for this year.
Okay.
But I'm thinking that there might be something a bit before that, and all I'm thinking I'm coming up short. So I'm thinking that might be it. I think Class was in session with Fabio and Groove played this year. They literally, it felt like, themes were played. You expect this, you expect that from these guys. And then it was Fab and Groove Rider time. And they literally went through the portfolio is pretty diverse is the best way to say it, right? They schooled. It felt like they schooled, and then Fabio set up the ramp, and then Groove Rider cleaned up, and I was like, oh my God. So that was one of my favorite sets, and I can't wait to actually hear that later on, but I'm sure there's another one prior to that I can't think about right now.
Well, with that, sir, I'll let you go because I know it is. You're in Vienna at the moment, so it's a lot later than it is here. But I appreciate the time as always, and can't wait to see you again. I haven't seen you in a while. But
we'll link up and we'll have those chops for sure, man. But everything's well. Somebody asked me about roti and poutine the other day, just so you know.
People have been asking me about that a lot lately. They're like, "Oh man, I wish the podcast was around." Blah blah blah. Oh, I missed that show. And it's funny because you think back on times you've had and stuff that you've done, and in the moment, don't realize what's happening sometimes. Like when you're in it, until you look back at it, and like that was a really, really cool run that we had during doing that show, and just because of the circumstances of the pandemic and like the world kind of being shut down, it was a really unique opportunity for us to do that. And, man, I can't believe the people that we talked to on that show.
I agree. Like, I mean, I still wish we had a few of the missing shows, because some of those missing shows were some of my favorite shows. And the thing that was uttered at, I think it was at Sun and Bass, was the fact that the show came at the right time in the right place, like you just said. They were like, right. We understand why it stopped. When COVID stopped, everything just continued. And it was like, you guys are going to have the time to do it. So, but I guess the podcast is up for anybody to check it out. They can go to YouTube or whatever, and they can rewatch any of those shows, because everybody really got deep and spoke their heart on the shows.
Quite a few that are not on YouTube, but are like, oh man, I wish they were, because sometimes you forget that Christmas show with Bailey. Was it Christmas? I can't remember. It was Chris with Bailey and Goldie.
And Goldie, that was fire.
That was it was just the most ridiculous night. It was so good. It's funny because what's the saying from The Office? Like, sometimes you don't realize that you're actually in the good old days until you're not anymore. But yeah, like sometimes you don't appreciate what you're doing until you look back at it and you're like, oh man. I think it's just a part of the human condition. You don't necessarily always appreciate things the way we're supposed to. But maybe
because you're in the middle of it.
Right. Yep. But maybe our memory though is the way we're supposed to appreciate. I don't know. That's like you said. It's beyond our comprehension.
Even out in Sun and Bass, I was on the whole idea of not getting too caught up in anything, because I knew it was a week. And I know as long as a week can feel, I needed to feel longer. And so I was on some slow motion shit. I was literally on some slow motion shit. Like, I wasn't beefing about nothing. I wasn't stressed about nothing. I wasn't putting on a show or having an ego. And man, let me explain to you. The water felt great. The food tasted amazing. I was probably one of the biggest smiling people on the island. I talked to regular people, as much as the locals, as much as the fans, as much as the friends and the artists. I was in a good space, and it really feels good to be back in that space, to be honest. So yeah.
All right, man. So Airlines, that is on Rose Bay Music, and people can look for that ASAP. It's time that it's airing, right? So yeah, looking forward to seeing how this rolls out and seeing people hear it. So congratulations again. It was good talking to you, man. We'll catch up soon.
All right, cool, man. Peace.
Easy.
1, 2. Once again, like it's a trend, the transcend like Smurfix. Let's get it. I used to live around the grip of issues, grip of problems, grip conditions, flipped into a grip for winners, get the knowledge, get the challenge, living in the game, running with the wild skills and talents, educated games, put in different columns, crafted in a fantastical tactic, strategized, magnified it until all my matters mattered. If I ever gave a panic, try my best to never show it, even when my soul bleed, though that part will never cease. Must have I was once a Brooklyn kid, never ran, never will in this town full of drills. Learned tools and kept tools, broke rules and made to. Never forgetting all the habit, magic emphatically splattered over music platters. Do I got it all? Not at all. Making my own games, then made it part of my catalog. Part of that data log, input it, then write it through the jewels. I'm about it, making me undisputed.
Have my own. I seek to have my own.
League of my own.
Seek to have my own.
In the mob stage, right in the zone.
I seek to have my own.
Hear me out. Yeah. So right with the fact, smacked it out my first time at back, gone. Every time I hear track on tracks, songs, trying to stack them like racks on racks. Wrong, when I get time we can jab on that, but back to it. Powered by solar to give the sonar, driven more with soul balls. Thoughts don't leave silver so soft, it reaches over across. Proceed to the speech that speaks cause, going out to each and all. For each flex you see, the season vet knowledge, talking bold and brass like I came out of Hollis Gazelles. Black leather, I swag clever, whatever. It's 20 something, they still can't get it together while I cross them like Kyrie or IV. Scores rocking hard on the live feed with sirens. Half the time or double to get the public lit. I guess I'm in a league of my own instead of running it. Yeah.